Ladies and gentlemen, your final bout of the evening to be fought over 3 5-minute rounds under professional mixed martial arts rules. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he enters the cage with a professional mixed martial arts record of 5 victories, 2 defeats, representing UTC Birmingham. Please welcome Nathias Frederick. His opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the cage with a professional mixed martial art record of 7 victories, 8 defeats. Representing Viva MMA, please welcome Avi Jack. Our referee in charge of the action, Mr. Dean Weir.
Here it is, our middleweight main event. Nathias Frederick, 5-2, out of UTC Birmingham, in the blue corner with the black HD trunks on, taking on the returning Avi Jack, 7-8, Viva MMA, and a 3-year holiday in between. Let's see what happens.
Touch of gloves and we're underway. Avi Jack in the camo. Nathias Frederick in the black and camo, just in case you couldn't tell them apart. And a fast and furious start for Frederick.
Nathias throwing heavy shots, and this is what he's known for. Goes for the double leg, scoops the hips, and drops him down, but Avi doesn't look...
Avi was looking for the switch there. He's got the butterfly in instead.
Doesn't look rocked.
For my money, Avi Jack needs to be on top on the ground if he's going to put points on the board in this fight. He doesn't want to stand in the pocket, obviously, with Frederick. And I can't imagine being underneath the man from UTC Birmingham is going to be an entirely pleasant experience either.
No,
although
the UTC
Jack
corner
looking fairly comfortable on his back here.
Yeah, the UTC corner screaming for Nathias to disengage and stand up. They don't. This is not. Nathias can win these wars, but he's more comfortable on his feet and banging. He is a mixed martial artist for sure, but the wheelhouse is the power. Staying patient, though, is Natty, working, trying to pass that butterfly.
Yeah, Avi Jack's put some submission wins on the board. And it would be remiss.
Avi looking for that,
Frederick
trying to get the... Oh, a big hammer fist. And
is he going to let Jack up?
Yeah, he's listening to the corner. Silk over there, EFC featherweight contender. Joe Silk coming, shouting advice at his man, Nathias Frederick.
Avi's got to be very careful here. Big right hand over the top. Took it well, though.
If there's any criticism at all that can be thrown towards Nathias, sometimes he can be a little impatient. He can rush, and sometimes that makes him sloppy. Right now, seems to be keeping that part of his personality in check.
Frederick looking very composed here in the first round.
Big power shot again.
Natty is up against the cage.
Natty is throwing with power. Avi is covering, but yeah, it doesn't look too rock, but is that intelligent? Can you keep just covering up? Natty,
well, you know, as long as you keep moving and you keep out of immediate danger, the problem is every punch that Nathias Frederick throws is immediate danger.
Yeah. Avi getting that.
He's done some good work with the low right hook so far. But, you know, he's carrying a lot of muscle. He's throwing with big heat early on, perhaps. The game plan of Avi Jack is to get this into the 2nd or 3rd round.
Again, all of Nathias' wins come inside too.
Jack's got to stop taking these shots on his head.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to start moving the head, or he's got to start working the guard or parrying. He can't keep taking them, because eventually one's going to land that's going to take the knees out from underneath him. Get the jab working.
Right, just did there and snapped Nathias' head back. Again, a very composed. He's got a little range on Natty as well. Those straights can keep Nathias Frederick back.
Yeah, You can win a fight with brains as easy as you can win it with brawn, and perhaps keeping his man on the end of that jab and trying to get into the second or third round. That's what he needs not to do. That one hurt. That one rung his bell.
Yeah, you can't walk into those looping right hands of Nathias Frederick. I mean, just look just the way he's built. And that got through. Natty's starting to swarm now.
Nathias Frederick is throwing everything he's got at Avi Jack. Jack still stood tall in the center of the cage.
Absolutely. I don't think anything got through clean there, but all of it got through, and all of it got through to remind him he was there. Natty does have some incredible power in those hands.
And let's see what Avi Jack can do by way of counters to these big looping shots, because that may be where he finds the sweet spot. The straight shot will land before the hook if Avi Jack can keep some snap.
Oh, it's another big overhand.
Final 10 seconds of the round.
Yes. That 5 minutes flew by.
Yeah, it really did. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in this FCC middleweight contest. And, you know, perhaps it was unkind to do so, Steve, but a lot of people had written Avi Jack off before this fight started based on recent results. And you know, people weren't talking about the round, they were talking about the minute that Nathias Frederick would put this one to bed. No, he's gone into the second round. Avi Jack's still looking very much in this fight.
Absolutely. The UTC corner telling Nathias, though, that it is just timing now. It's there. You've just got to get the timing because he's presenting you the opportunities. Interesting.
Avi's got a big smile on his face in the corner there. He's obviously enjoying himself, which, hey, is the main thing at the end of the day.
You're going to come back into a cage and have somebody try to punch in the face. You probably need to enjoy yourself. Final little bits of advice being given. Seconds are cleared.
And it doesn't always tell the whole tale, Steve, but, you know, if you had to pick one of these guys to have the body type to get tired early, you're going to pick Frederick.
Absolutely.
That's not to say he's not an incredible athlete. He obviously is. But when you're carrying that much muscle around and throwing big haymakers.
Yeah. Although, you know, training partner-wise, he's got some big bodies to be working with, and the UTC guys are certainly not known for gassing. So we'll see we'll see if Natty Frederick's cardio rivals that of his.
And you know, there's been a great economy of movement and offense with Nathias Frederick as well. He's not been swinging air bombs.
No, and again, it really has been cool to watch his kind of maturation as a fighter. More patient.
Well, this is the interesting thing here, Steve. You know, we're looking at a guy who's 5-2. He doesn't really fight like a guy who's 5-2. No. He fights like a guy who's 10-2.
That's it. The experience, the amateur experience he had, the regional, they do everything right at the UTC in terms of bringing their fighters along. And as many of the camps now do, but UTC have been around for quite a long time.
Oh, big shots in close there from Frederick. And again, he rocked the head of Avi Jack left and right with those big punches.
Avi back to his feet, making Nathias work from the back. Now he's taking this back. We're going to see a suplex. Oh.
Very nearly. He was teeing it up. Punches on the break as well.
Again, Avi Jack still in, absolutely in. This doesn't seem phased or...
Yeah, Avi does his best work when he puts his foot on the gas. He's had a tendency in past fights to get stuck into a pattern of repetition where he's not really being active and he's just waiting for things to happen. When he puts his foot down, when he gets in fifth gear, he can go.
Well, are we starting to see Nathias slowing down maybe a little bit, covering up a little bit more? That wasn't low. Was that low?
It didn't look low to me.
It looked like solar
across the body to me.
Was Avi maybe seen a little chink in the armor there, and should he not go back to work on the body?
I mean, in my very unprofessional opinion, these shots are slowing down significantly at this stage.
Yeah.
From Frederick. I mean, you know, can Avi Jack capitalize here is another question entirely.
Frederick
but there's certainly a little less sting.
Yeah, much more happy just to cover up and play the defense with the hands, not answering back. Or are we just lulling Avi Jack into a false sense of security for that big shot?
Well, that's the great part about the sport, Steve. Nobody knows until it happens.
Again, the UTC corner yelling for Nathias to back Avi Jack. Keep him backing up. Don't let him walk forward. There we go. Now it's Nathias taking the center of the cage. Maybe setting the pace a little bit.
Nice left hook there from Nathias Frederick. Avi Jack still dancing around this man,
still moving, and
you know that for me there still isn't the amount of significant, impactful striking from Avi Jack where you could say that, you know, he's winning this round.
Absolutely. You just want him to pull the trigger a little more often. Oh. Well timed by Nathias there, the counter.
Yeah, nearly gave Avi's beard a trim with that one. Nice right hand again behind the left.
Now Avi,
Frederick, but Avi Jack's still in there.
Is Avi's confidence starting to grow a little bit in the standing exchanges as well? He seems a little.
Oh, big head kick from Frederick.
Just knocked him off balance.
I think perhaps that was you know, just as much as off balance as anything else. Jack straight up and straight back in the fight, but hey, they all count.
Absolutely, they do.
And is Frederick now smelling blood?
He's now pressuring Avi back. Oh, lands a nice left there. Just misses with the right overhand.
You know, another nice combination from Frederick, but for me, they were all taking on the gloves.
Yeah.
Good defensive work from Avi Jack there towards the end.
Third round's going to be really interesting because body language-wise, you know, one fighter looks like they're a little more tired than the other, and Nathias actually looks a little bit frustrated.
You know, if you come into a fight where your fans and your friends and your training partners are saying first minute, second minute, third minute KO, and then that doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen in the fourth or the fifth or the second round, all of a sudden those cogs are going to start turning. And when we get into the third round and you're feeling a little bit tired and a little bit sluggish anyway.
Yep.
You know, the physical drain and the mental drain can go hand in hand, and that can cause big problems.
Well, we got our third. Jeez, where's the time gone? Got our third and final round now here at our FCC 20 main event. Nathias Frederick taking on a returning Avi Jack. 5 minutes to decide this one, Brad.
Final 5 minutes at the night here at FCC 20. Touch your gloves from our two main event participants, Avi Jack, Nathias Frederick.
Oh, that was a big
right and left from Frederick. Still got plenty in the tank. There's the man from UTC Birmingham.
Yeah, nice counter to that low kick, answering with two. Ooh, but again, that's that straight left keeps stinging Frederick, and Avi just needs to use it a little more. Oh, Natty to the body now.
You can't believe that Frederick's looking to work the body at this stage in the fight. You know, that's got to be a setup for going upstairs with one of those big hooks.
Absolutely.
Avi Jack happy to oblige, though.
Avi had some real success with that body kick in the second, and again, would like to see him go back to that if he can. I know there's not a lot of time left, but of the two, Natty, Frederick, perhaps suffering the effects of the minutes.
Definitely, but you know, Avi Jack suffering the effects of that right hand.
Heavy hand, right hand, that's right. And Nathias throwing again. Thank you for the adjustment. Oh, just misses the uppercut. Maybe we're just going to get to the point where they stand. Oh, he chops him down with a big leg kick.
Great work from Frederick there.
But
Tries to pounce on his man, but Abby Jack
turns him, trying to get control under those hips. Maybe hook those hands together and secure the takedown.
Yeah, he's got to clinch the hands here for the double. Switch to the single. He's then going to change his avenue of attack and rip his man off the cage.
Try it again.
Looking for the ankle pick as well. Abby Jack really going all out. Great defensive work from Frederick, though.
I mean, this is about as neutral positions you're going to find in. Oh! Oh, and answers with a knee.
That was very nearly Bob Sapp versus Nogueira.
Absolutely. UTC corner encouraging Nathias Frederick now. They think that there might be a finish here.
Yeah, we've not really spoken about it much, Steve, but Abby Jack coming back after 3 years out of the cage and turning in a performance like this is no mean feat.
No mean feat whatsoever against a tough, well-conditioned, and active middleweight out of a great camp.
You know, there's a lot of guys who would have come back and taken on a much lesser level of opponent.
Absolutely.
You know, get a warm-up.
Yeah, almost get your eye back in before the big one. No, he's just jumped straight into the fire. And hasn't been outclassed.
Absolutely not. You know, you've got to think, had Abby Jack taken on a lesser level opponent, they'd be in, you know, some serious danger this evening.
I think so. Trying to stay busy. Still looking for the win.
Tries to change levels, doesn't get down low enough. He's not going to be able to link the hands, I don't think. No, good work there from Nathias Frederick to get the hips out of danger.
Trying to pick the ankle, though, Abby Jack.
He's going to go for the almost cradle pile driver.
Yeah. A little bit of Jerry Lynn there. Very natty now. Tight body lock, forcing Abby Jack up against the cage. Love how he listens to it. I looked and listened directly. Love that.
It's exactly what you want to see in a young up-and-coming fighter.
Oh, we've got to be coming down to the penultimate couple of minutes left in this one.
Oh, if that. 30 seconds, say the corners. Abby Jack looking for a final takedown. Doesn't look like he's going to get in on this entry.
He's trying to link the hands. He's under the hip, but Natty stands strong.
He's just not low enough, and Frederick is keeping the base sufficiently wide to avoid it. Oh, he's trying to scoop them, but great work on the hips.
Abby Jack, when Natty straight back up. No quitting either of these guys. 10 seconds left. We are going to get a decision here in our main event at FCC 20.
And welcome, trying not to hit the deck, but he doesn't.
And welcome back to the cage, Abby Jack. Has it really been 3 years?
You wouldn't think, looking at this fight, that one man had been out of the cage for 3 years.
No, not at all.
You know, that's a phenomenal performance. Abby probably knows that he hasn't got the judge's decision, but he raises his fist in triumph, as well he should. That was a phenomenal comeback. But Steve, let's not take anything away from who will surely be the victor tonight, and a man who will surely now advance in the middleweight rankings here in the UK and do some serious damage. You know, you look at this guy and you think of the great middleweights in the UK have come before him, the likes of Michael Bisping, the likes of John Phillips, the likes of Jack Marshman, and you think, well, surely this guy is going to have his name spoken about in the same circles in 2, 3, 4 years' time.
Absolutely, you know, and again, training with middleweight. Fabian Edwards and Natty, both young, up-and-coming middleweight pros. UTC might be making a lot of noise with the middleweights in the next few years.
Well, that's all from us at Cage Side. We'll throw it to our MC, Jonathan Millard, for one last time as he makes our main event result official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds. In favor of your winner,